What's up?
Hello.
This is the loop
The loop.
up there. See it?
I meant, you know what I meant to do before this?
What?
I meant to make sure that I knew the lyrics to the Missy Elliott song. But I thought we were going to end up having to speak backwards a lot during the segment. Yeah. But unfortunately,
No, it's not necessary.
I didn't do that.
I'm sorry that you're vibing to the tunes. I do like the tunes. The tunes were good. This game is from Pandasaurus Games. The loop. It is fully cooperative.
What else has Pandasaurus done?
Wild Space. Dinosaur Island. Dinosaur
Sponsor
World.
us, you cowards!
Yeah, seriously. Free advertisement right here. Anyways, we are time agents trying to stop Dr. Faux from destroying all of time. Okay?
Faux. F-A-U-X.
A-U-X. So, I'm going to read you the rulebook intro, because that's what we do here. This is Mr. Time speaking, by the way. This is one of the heroes in the game.
This hero's card.
You can put it, I actually have a card cam ready, but it's going to be that secondary board.
Yeah.
See Mr. Time there? Look at him. He's pretty cool looking. Welcome to to this group reading of the rules and procedures for new time agents. My name is Mario Von Time, aka Mr. Time, and I will be your DI, designated instructor. You will find more details on the agency and Dr. Faux in your operational booklet, but here's the long and short of it. The evil Dr. Faux has built a terrible time machine to become master of the universe. At the helm of this immensely powerful machine, he travels in loops from era to era, creating an army of duplicates of himself. But, most importantly of all, the instability and flaws in his Omniscience 2000 project are opening rifts in spacetime. And these breaches will soon destroy the universe. Our super magnetic auto cassette computer, SMAC is the acronym for that, has picked out of our database just a handful of the biggest, baddest temporal powerhouses, the numero uno quantico. You are either on this exclusive list or just happen to be available. No pressure or anything, but everything depends on you. Mr. Space, there's no Mr. Space. There's no Mr. Space. So we are trying to stop Dr. Time from destroying the world. That's the game. So we'll go through setup. We are going to choose a thing. So first we get the space-time board. This has the 7 time periods that we'll be traveling around in. This is the dawn of time. This is medieval era. This is Renaissance. This is industrial. This is globalization. This is the age of robots. And the end of times. And then it loops back around. Keeps happening forever.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the space-time board. This is Dr. Faux's machine. This is the coolest contraption in the game because we get to drop cubes in the top of this and it randomly spits them out in places. And that's always fun.
That's super exciting.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to do this yet. I didn't even know any other mechanics about the game other than knowing that you got to drop cubes, fire cubes into random directions on the board. So.
We're gonna shuffle the 10 mission tiles together and choose 7 of them. So these are essentially our objectives to win the game. Each one has a unique thing you have to do. And
they hook into these, right?
They slot in over here, yeah. And there's gonna be 7 of them that are going to start face down. 2 are going to start face up, so we'll know what 2 of them are. Okay. We have to complete 4 of them to win the game. That's our win condition. So I'll show you that. So it says if there are 0 red cubes and 0 clones in your era, 3 different eras, once per turn, then you can put a progress token, or you can put a progress token on each era where you completed it. So you'd put like a cube there just to denote that you completed it. Once all those are complete, you can complete the mission.
Not equal to 3. 3 not equal
to 3 different eras once per turn.
Okay. Then the not equals is once per turn? Or is that just
3 different eras? That's 3 different.
Okay. Requires 3 different eras.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
This one says destroy 1 clone in Dr. Faux's era 4 times. Clones are these tokens, and they're going to be drawn from the bag. And each clone has a time period on the back where they start. And then the front has a different time period that if they're moved to that time period, they explode. So the only way to destroy clones is to move them into their paradox time period. Great. So you create a paradox.
I yell at the robot's head, this sentence is false, until it explodes.
So this one you can see it's chroma, but it starts in the industrial era, so we put face up in the industrial area, and it hangs out here. And if it is moved to there somehow, it explodes.
Okay.
This mission wants us to destroy clones in Dr. Fo's era. Dr. Fo's era is whatever the middle ramp on the Dr. Fo machine is pointing at the time.
Okay. So we have to destroy them in that era.
In that era.
So in this instance, we would have to get the machine to point to here and then get that clone to there.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. That's easy.
The machine points randomly at the start of each turn.
Ah, okay.
There's a deck right here of cards. There's 7 of these.
Okay.
They one for each era.
Okay.
At the start of each turn, we're going to draw one of these cards, and we're going to point the thing at the era. We're going to drop red cubes in it based on the number of clones in that era, +2. Okay. And if a era ever gets more than the slotted amount of red tokens, red cubes, it creates a vortex. It's gone forever. We can't do anything. We can go there, but we can't. Their mission is destroyed there.
Okay.
If there's ever 4 vortexes, we lose the game.
Okay.
If a era ever vortexes twice, we lose the game.
Okay.
So,
all right.
There's that. Okay, so we're gonna continue with setup. We will shuffle 10 mission tiles and arrange 7 of them.
This over this side. I like that. This is neat. This is very pleasing layout. Aesthetically
nice.
Pleasing.
It's got a good table presence.
These Pandasaurus.
They know what they're doing.
They know how to arrange a color palette.
These are returned to the box. There's extras. Gives you some variety in your missions. We're going to place the 30 red cubes in a pile next to the game board.
Done.
We're going to place the 30 green energy cubes in a pile next to the game board.
Done.
We're going to place the HQ board away from the space-time board.
We placed it into the card cam area. So
it's kind of like
away from
another area of space-time.
Yeah.
It is, and then we take the game mode tile, which is sabotage, that tells us our win condition and our loss conditions, which I just touched on. But win condition is complete 4 missions. Loss is 2nd vortex in an area, 4th vortex total, or end of Dr. Fo's. What does it say? Is 3rd cycle. So 3rd cycle. So if we go through this deck
3 times.
If we go through this deck 3 times, yeah. So once here, and then it's reshuffled, placed here, then it's reshuffled, placed here. After this, we would just lose.
Okay.
Vortex tiles. That's these. These will get placed on the game board. There are 3 of them if something vortexes. Obviously, you only need 3. 4th one makes you lose. The 2nd one in an era makes you lose.
Okay.
The faux deck. So this is, we talked about this a minute ago, but each one has different era on it. This is shuffled and placed face down.
Okay.
These are the artifact cards. They're shuffled and placed on that stack. This is a deck building game.
Wow. There's a lot of board game components that we've seen so far for us to finally now reveal.
This is a
deck building game.
I didn't know that when I bought this game either.
I can forgive you that, because when I see a board like that, it's kind of like Clank was probably the first board game that really, to my knowledge, there may have been others, but Clank was the first one that I played that had a significant board game portion and deck building aspects of it.
So,
I guess Mage Knight. Maybe Mage Knight.
Yeah, Mage Knight's pretty good. This is like, I don't want to say that deck building is like the secondary mechanic, because it's very, very important to the gameplay, but it doesn't feel like a deck building game. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
We get agent tiles, agent pawns, and starting artifact cards. So,
so these are the agent tiles. Okay.
We're each going to select an agent. Okay. I did pick up it at Gen Con. Yes, I actually pre-ordered it and picked it up there along with Wild Space from Pandasaurus. So, what time agent do you?
I'll just random it.
Okay.
1, 5, and a 6. I'll reroll. So I am the Time Prowler.
Time Prowler. So I'm gonna give you your starting deck.
The Time Prowler.
And your token. I will just go ahead and pick Dr. Time.
So I start in the globalization era.
Yeah, because you're yellow. And the rest of the stuff gets returned to the board.
These get shuffled?
Yes.
Okay. You picked 2?
Dr. Time.
Dr. Time, alright.
Okay.
Can I just look at these real quick just to
know
what I'm working with here?
So we'll go ahead and talk about these artifacts really quick.
Does this tell me the layout of my deck?
Yes, that's telling me
because
icons.
These symbols are important, correct?
Symbols are important, and I'll talk about them right now.
Okay.
So the basic layout of an artifact card, a couple of Dr. Time's cards. Let's chrome it. Let's show you a different one. Do these two. So on your turn, you're going to have 3 artifacts face up in front of you. The rest are going to be face down. That's your deck, okay? Your pawn is going to be on the board. There's going to be various red cubes and clones strewn about the board. So we'll be having to manage those, essentially.
Okay.
To try to negate the bad things that Dr. Faux is doing. So on your turn, you're going to have the Faux Phase, which is where you reveal this top card. Well, you first add a clone and draw an artifact. When you draw an artifact, you place it in the era it matches. So if you draw an artifact from the end of time, you place it in end of time. If you end your turn in a place with an artifact, you get to pick it up and add to your deck, to the top of the deck.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Artifacts. On your turn, you can exhaust an artifact, which is just turning it sideways, to use its effect. So this middle manager suit says, place any agent in another agent's era. If that era has no green, add 1 green there.
Green are good for us?
Green are good for us. We spend green to move or to use some actions and stuff.
Okay.
Sometimes our quest will tell us to use green cubes to do stuff. So that lets you move this agent to another agent's era. It's obviously better if you have more players, right? And then the other one says pull 1 clone from adjacent era. So if there's a clone here or here, Mr. Time could pull it into his area.
Okay.
Pretty useful. This one says move 1 clone from your era to another adjacent era. So Dr. Clone's just shoving clones everywhere, pushing them into their paradox universe. And now, obviously these are exhausted, right? After you use them. You can also do a thing called taking a loop, or doing a loop on your turn. When you do a loop, if you have a green cube in the era you're in, you can spend it to ready all cards of a single symbol. So I could choose spirals and ready all my spiral cards. And I could reuse them. Okay? Just like that. I could exhaust them. Now, the second loop you do costs 2 green cubes. The third loop you do costs 3, and so on.
Yeah.
So you can't just infinite combo off loops.
Yeah.
There are some cards.
They'll probably run out at some point then, right? But you can probably get pretty far.
One loop is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2. There's also cards that cannot be readied. They have this just no symbol at all, so they don't have a magic symbol. There's only 3 total symbols in the game, 4 if you count no symbol at all. So that's artifact cards.
So these symbols right here are just
that's telling you what it's doing, what's affecting.
Okay.
So that card messes with movement and red cubes, right?
Yeah. Clone, green cubes, red cubes. Okay. All right. That's cool. I like that. Just as a. Is this these start in our hand, or we just flip them face up at the start of the turn?
They're going to be face up because other players can use the artifacts that other players have sometimes.
Ah, okay.
And they sit in front of you. At the end of each player's turn, each player who does not have 3 ready artifacts refills their row. So it's actually really beneficial if one person is discarding the other one's artifacts that aren't going to be particularly useful.
Okay. So that way you can try to strategically. I can't use this thing, but if it helps you, go ahead and use it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's neat. That's neat. I like that a lot. I'll have to see that in practice. I kind of have a mental picture of how that works, but it's kind of difficult to explain without actually seeing it happen.
We have the clone tokens. There's 28 clone tokens in the clone bag. Okay?
There's more clone tokens than I expected.
We got the player aid. It's a player aid. Reveal 2 faux cards from the deck to select 2 random eras. In each of these eras, place 1 red rift cube on the first rift slot at the bottom of the era, then flip the mission tile face up to reveal your mission. So we're going to reveal 2 of those if you want to do that.
Okay. So we have the your era, the Renaissance. Okay, so it gets a red cube and it flips up.
Flips up, yeah.
Okay. And then the Industrial era. Right here. That flips up. Gets a red cube. Okay.
So let's talk about these missions real quick. What do you have to do? So you and another agent are on the 2 eras adjacent to Dr. Faux.
Okay, so we have to be on the
flanks, yeah.
Okay.
You and 3 times total.
Once per
turn.
Okay. Okay.
It just has to Just say, okay, we've done this. Now I can keep moving.
Is that one of those we have to kind of, since he moves randomly, that's one we kind of have to complete when we have a chance to, right? Because
and like by the end of that deck, you know where he's going to go.
Yeah, okay.
More likely, right? We also have to do this, which is destroy one clone in 6 different eras. 6 different eras that lets you mark progress on each one.
Okay. That one doesn't seem too bad to do.
Yes. Okay. And then
Dynamic Nathan Hand.
place 1 green energy cube in each of the other 5 eras.
Okay.
Okay. They start in the game, are on the board, so that's our resources we can use. That's good stuff. This is bad stuff.
Okay.
Then shuffle the 2 faux cards back in the deck.
Alright.
Starting clones and artifacts. So draw a number of clone tokens from the bag based on your player count. Place each token in the era marked on its back without the image of Dr. Faux. So for 2 players, we get 7 clones and 2 artifacts. So I'll just draw some clones here.
So 2 artifacts are spawned in?
Yes.
Alright, so this is robot era, and that just goes there?
That just goes there.
Okay. And this is industrial. So that goes there.
5 clones here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. That part. Okay, so this one's easy, right? Purple to red.
This to there.
That one's got to go twice. That one's got to go twice.
This one's got to go 3 times.
That's got to go 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's varying difficulties of these clones. Okay, interesting.
You got 2 artifacts. Okay, so we have Edison's light bulb, which you probably can't see very well, but choose another agent to resolve the ability on 1 artifact in their hand and discard or destroy it. So that's what I was talking about, where you can use other people's stuff. What was that one?
This is the Time Seeker Needle.
Time Seeker Needle.
Push 1 clone in any era to an adjacent era.
That's
so it's just good. It's just good. It's clone destroying.
Like I said, to pick up an artifact in an era, you have to end your turn in the era with your agent pawn.
Okay.
You also have to end your turn in an era with a quest with all the progress tokens on it to complete a mission. So as soon as the mission is completed, it's not done. You have to end your agent in the era.
Okay, so we have to hit all of the bonuses. So we gotta somehow line up perfectly with Dr. Faux 3 times, and then somebody has to come to here to close out the mission. It's correct. What happens when we close it? Is there something that we do?
We get an artifact. So we draw the top 2 players plus 1 cards of the artifact deck, and we get to draft them.
Okay.
We get to just basically
everybody gets them.
Everyone gets 1, no matter if you participated or not.
That's good.
Each player shuffles their 6 starting artifact cards and places them face down next to their agent tile from the draw pile. Each player then reveals the top 3 cards from their pile and places them face up next to the form of their hand. My hand. Okay.
And these are face up?
They're face up.
Yeah, but these are still the hand.
This is your hand. It's still face up. It's face up and also a hand at the same time.
It's slightly confusing. I don't know if I would use the terminology hand, because typically hand is not like revealed information in a board game. But that's just a small minor quibble. I'll let it go. Letting it go. Are you choking on this? On my quibble?
It's so funny. No, I can't drink water. Okay,
if you could stop coughing into the microphone.
I know it's very
It's drowning out my shuffling noise into the microphone.
We go to the operational booklet. This just essentially lays out the 4 scenarios that come in the game. So, and it's also got like a little intro thing for each of the characters. So we'll read our characters then, but I'll do the intro things for the operations book real quick. Welcome to the agency. If you're here, it can only mean one thing. You're among the best of the best, the cream of the crop, but don't get cocky. This is where things get serious. This is the master reference document for a perfect time agent and supplements the rules of procedure, which you still need, of course. Here you will find all of the most important information for your missions against Dr. Faux. Before we get started, let's take a look at our thrilling org chart and at this very inspiring message of self-congratulations from our shareholders. And that's actually like a credits for the game. So
is that was this kickstarted?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it's a bit of fluff then. That's pretty funny.
So. It is actually like designers' thank yous and stuff.
Okay. As I was say, if it was a Kickstarter thing and they had like a bunch of Kickstarter names there, that would have been.
It says, "What is the agency?" Mr. Time says, "That's a vast question, shrouded in mystery. The agency is, first and foremost, your employer, paying your monthly time agent salary thanks to its top-notch accounting department. You understand, of course, that I can't tell you where you are right now. Confidential, classified, but I can tell you when. 1985, the breaking point, the year of no going back to the future, unless. Taking advantage of the technological golden age of the 80s, this is the year we send our best agents from again and again, now and forever, to foil the fiendish schemes of Dr. Faux. Here's the A5 team, the agency's 5 greatest legends. With these super agents, you'll be ready to face certain doom, but with a smile." Alright, so I'll go right to Mr. Time. As Leonard da Vinci's favorite apprentice, Mario von Time used to shine on the Florentine social scene, in no small part because he was always such a snappy dresser. Sucked into a wormhole during a somewhat avant-garde experiment, he now suffers from a bad case of 80s aesthetic shock. He has just started calling himself Mr. Time when the agency hired him to fight against Dr. Faux. This ambitious go-getter plans to climb the agency's corporate ladder, 2 rungs at a time, to one day reach the coveted position of assistant to the regional manager. Specialty: your best coworker. Mr. Time is unique in his ability to get everyone feeling that team spirit. Men, women, children, robots, or even eldritch beings. He keeps them on task and focused on the most important goal of all, the Christmas bonus. Miss Miscellaneous. Mr. Time was the secret third member of the boy band, Milli Vanilli. He is also the editor-in-chief of the Employee of the Month fanzine.
Okay.
The Time Prowler.
Alright, Time Prowler. Here we go. Trapped in a day-to-day life that's way too hard, where everything is so lame and totally impossible, with parents who just don't get it. Jeannie McFadden was far too special a teenager for the agency to miss. Compared to the utterly unimaginable suck of high school in the 80s, cleaning up Dr. Faux's riffs is child's play. Specialty: the queen of resourcefulness. The Prowler is the best when it comes to repairing riffs. With the slightest vibration in space-time, she'll draw her quantum wrench, her temporal screwdriver, or any of an infinite variety of other jerry-rigged devices from her bag of tricks. Miscellaneous: in her tortured teenage angst, Ginny has already gone through several goth phases. Victorian goth, heavy metal goth, Celtic goth, sport goth, double goth, reverse goth, space goth.
That's pretty funny.
There you go. I was wondering, so that bio actually kind of confirms it for me. I thought that Ginny looked like Tom Baker, Doctor Who, the fourth Doctor, because you got like the rainbow. I guess looks like a rainbow scarf sort of coming out of the bag there. So, but the temporal screwdriver all but like confirms that there's like some nods there. So yeah,
this is a very entertaining rule book. So we'll read more of it. So we're gonna read up to the mission. This is Faux fighting through the ages. This is the main reason the agency exists. The only reason, actually. The Mad Doctor is concocting outlandish and evil schemes in so many different parallel realities and eras simultaneously that we had to set up a new registration symbol to encourage agents to volunteer for extra missions against him. Time agents select a game mode and a difficulty level, making it sound like a game helps us forget the fear and danger. And the agency sends them into the corresponding quantum realm. Believe it or not, this remains the best way of cleaning up the infinite number of messes that Dr. Faux seems to revel in creating. So, and it tells you can select different game modes and difficulties. So there's actually like super hard mode, blah, blah, blah. All that good stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which basically says you draw extra clones.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And there are things called mega vortexes they use instead of vortexes, which are like super bad. All right, sabotage is the mission we're doing. This is just the basic sort of no special stuff game modes. There are 3 other game modes past that add an extra like rules. This is what we do every day. Infiltrate Dr. Faux's quantum realm to sabotage, and then sabotage some more. Dismantle his machine down to the very last piece. Just like yesterday, just like tomorrow. Put a stop to his chaos. In short, saving time and space before it is too early or late. And so, this is how we spend all of our time on the clock. This even takes precedence over preparing for our annual performance review, which is saying a lot. Okay. That's it. We can play.
All right.
Determine starting player.
Do these matter on my character?
That just means they are your starting deck. The bottom left thing.
Okay.
That just means they're in his starting left. Dr. Faux started in the Age of Robots due to the card we drew, right? Oh no, he's not. He's gonna start. He's gonna move this thing if that's what you're asking.
At the start of someone's turn.
Yeah. So that's the first thing that's gonna happen. But he dropped the missions and some red stuff in these two eras based on the starting thing we revealed. So I'll just be a starting player so I can go through a turn real quick.
Sure.
It's probably best. We'll look at my player aid card here. So we'll start with the Faux Phase. Add clone and reveal one artifact. So we add clones based on the number above the deck right there and you reveal artifacts. So one clone, one
So
artifact.
one clone right now. On the second go through, we get 2 clones and 1 artifact, and then here we get 3 clones. Okay, so the game gets progressively more difficult.
So I drew a clone for the globalization era, and it needs to go here.
Oh, well, okay.
So
the artifact is the Celtic Cauldron. Any 2 agents can discard or destroy 1 artifact in their hand to move that card's origin era and add 1 green cube there. Okay.
Seems good.
Any 2 agents, so that's pretty good 2-player then, right?
Yeah. And then we reveal a faux card and rotate the machine and drop rift cubes. So if you want to reveal a faux card.
Okay. And the faux card is industrial.
So the industrial area is going to be where it's pointing.
Okay.
And this just goes to discard pile like off to the side.
Okay.
They'll reshuffle them.
All right.
So it says you draw 2 red cubes plus the number of clones in the era. It's 3 red cubes. Now, if these all land here, it could immediately vortex. That's not great.
That would be some TTR luck, I think.
So I'm going to drop these cubes now.
You can only hold 3, and then the 4th one causes it to vortex? Okay.
Correct.
Okay, great. Okay.
Oop, that didn't. That was a... Okay.
That is not... Okay,
so
well,
now this one is loaded up.
Okay.
This one has 1.
Got some work to do in that area.
We've got some work to do. So that's the Faux Phase, and now it's my action phase. So I can move... By spending a green cube on an area thing I'm in, I can activate an artifact.
We have 1 free move. Is this once per game?
Once
or
per
is this...
turn.
Once per turn. Okay.
At the end of the turn, you flip your character back up. But if you flip your character over, that just denotes you used your free move for the turn.
Okay.
And each of us have a special ability. My ability is once per turn during your action phase, you may move another agent 1 era. So I can move you 1 era during my turn. If you need to move, let me know. Okay. What is your ability?
Mine says, during your Faux Phase, after dropping 1 red into the machine, choose 1 red that was dropped and remove it before causing vortexes. So this doesn't matter where I'm at. So my position does not matter for my turn, for the beginning of my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if there's like we have a situation where 1 red vortex or 1 red cube gets dumped in this era, I can stop the vortex from happening.
That's pretty good.
On my turn at least.
Okay, so my abilities are this lets me add a green cube to another agent's era, then move yourself up to 2 eras. This says place any agent into another agent's era. If that era has no green, add 1 green there. And this says in another agent's era, either add 1 green or remove 1 red. Okay.
So
I have nothing to do anything with clones right now, so that's something. But I can move.
But you can move me
a
around.
bunch.
Yeah. So you could move me and then remove 1 red in my era, right?
So I can place any agent in another agent's era. If that era has no green, add 1 green there. So I'm gonna move you here.
Yep.
And I'm gonna add a green here.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'm gonna say another agent's era, either add 1 green or remove 1 red. I'm gonna remove a red.
Okay. Make that a little bit more safe.
We're struggling there. This is add 1 green to another agent's era, then move yourself up to 2 eras. So I'll add a green here.
Okay.
And I'll just... I could actually take a walk to get an artifact, right? So I could go here.
Okay.
I could do a loop now if I wanted to by spending a green cube. It might be worth it just to remove another thing.
I think trading a green for a red. Right now I got more green than red.
Too. Well, I guess it trades a green for red. So I'll spend a green here to do a loop by readying all my this symbol. Okay. And that says another agent's area, either add 1 green or remove 1 red. So I'll just remove red here.
Yeah.
So you should be pretty loaded up with green cubes and stuff for next turn.
Yep.
And that is my turn. I do have a free move that I didn't use, but I don't think I need it. So
all right,
that'll be it. So this goes to the acquire artifact phase. So I acquire 1 artifact from Aaron, place it on top of my draw pile. I got the Celtic Cauldron. It says any 2 agents can discard or destroy 1 artifact in their hand to move to that card's origin era and add 1 green there. Pretty good. That's something I could use to like, and destroy is trash, by the way. Gone.
Okay.
And then I complete mission. If there's a complete mission, complete it, and then end of time. Flip agents, end of turn. Flip agent tile to the charged batteries. Discard your hand. All players drop to 3. Check for new cycle. So I discard my hand. Drop 3. And that is my turn. So we go to your turn.
Let's see this. All right. So we add a clone and reveal 1 artifact.
Clone. Robot clone.
Robot. It's only going to go 1. That's not a bad place to go to get rid of. Okay, so Industrial Era, the Brutal Delocalizer. It's just a boot. Push 1 clone to an adjacent era. In that era, add 1 green or remove 1 red. That's pretty good.
I'm going to tell you right now, there is 1 item in this game that almost ruins the game for me.
Really? Because it's too good, or is it...
Doesn't have anything to do with the text in the card.
Oh.
But you'll see if it pops up, I'll point it out.
Okay.
So, if it doesn't pop up, I'll talk about it after the game.
Okay. All right. And then this is...
End of time?
Yeah, end of time. Okay, so it's a nice... There are 2 clones there, so we're going to get 4 red cubes.
Yes, that's 4 red cubes.
It's a lot of red cubes. We're piling up red cubes faster than we're dealing with them. So, there's 1. There's 1. There's 1. Okay, so I'm going to use my ability. Okay. After dropping red into the machine, choose 1 of the red that was dropped. I'll choose 1 of these. And remove that. So,
excellent.
Okay. So when it says next eras, does that mean this way?
Clockwise.
Okay. And then if it says previous, it means the other way. Okay. That I was going to ask that because since I'm the time prowler, I have a lot of the stuff that refers to next era or previous eras. So I can use my quantum wrench to remove 1 from one of the next 2 eras. So I will remove this one. And that is tapped, right?
Yep.
I am going to use the quantum bandage to remove 1 red from my era. And then I am going to use the digital watch to add a green to the next era. I will move. I'll move here. So you can just move either direction, right?
Yeah, and if you wanted to do a loop before you move, you can spend a green in here.
I was going to spend that green.
Yeah.
Since I think the break point is 3, right? Because you could perform 2 loops with 3.
So save that one up.
Save that one up.
Okay.
Right. The difference between 1 and 2 is negligible, but the difference between... the 0 and 1...
Yes.
1 green cube is fine, but having to try to get 2 more green cubes to it is a little bit more difficult. So appreciate that follow.
Thank you.
So I'll spend this cube to form a loop. I'm going to choose the quasar here.
Move your stuff a little bit. Here's visible.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You can probably shift this way too, because your discard pile doesn't matter, right?
Oh yeah.
Or draw deck.
I'll keep the draw deck somewhat visible. All right. So I ready these because these have the same symbol. So I got to ready 2 things. I will use, and I could know. So I don't have my squiggle. So I have a pretty good chance of getting the squiggle. So picking up this artifact is good, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna use the quantum bandage to remove 1 red from my era. This one. And then digital watch to add 1 green to the next era. Okay. So that one, both of those are kind of primed. Once again, didn't get to do anything about clones,
and didn't complete any missions.
Yeah. So we need to actually destroy a bunch of eras.
We need to start destroying clones. We haven't really dealt with clones very well yet, but I do have clone stuff on my turn. Okay. Hopefully, I can deal with some.
All right. So I did the loop. Acquire the artifacts. So I'll acquire Edison's light bulb. That goes there.
Yep.
No complete missions. Flip agent tile. Discard my hand. So this just goes to a separate discard pile.
Discard pile.
All players draw up to 3. Okay.
That's it.
And check for new cycle.
Alright, so non-new cycle, so I will go to my Faux Phase. So I'm going to get a clone if you want to draw an artifact.
Okay.
I'm going to clone the Age of Robots.
We have the Mirror of Amaterasu.
Okay.
Which is draw one artifact, remove one red from that card's origin era.
Okay.
So draw one artifact.
If you draw, you get extra artifacts sitting in your hands.
Okay, so this can't be looped, but does seem pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Well, it seems neutral, right? Because it is kind of like clunking up your...
Yeah, but you get to draw a card and remove a red cube, so that's pretty good. And then we do the card.
Okay.
The card cam.
Okay, so the ancient era. We got one clone there, so that's 3 red cubes.
That is 3 red cubes. Yep. So I'm gonna drop that in
so
there.
This could be bad because
it could be bad.
Whew.
Okay. All right, now it's the action phase. So this lets me move a clone from my era to another agent's era. So I can get somewhere with a green. You don't have a green, right?
Nope.
I can move you. During my action phase, I can move another agent in one era. So I could move you here with my ability. And then I could use this to move one agent from my era, or move one clone from my era to another agent's era. So I'll move this to here, and
it's destroyed.
It's destroyed.
And that gets us a cube here, correct?
In 6 different eras, so it's a cube in the Renaissance era.
Okay,
got something in the machine that randomizes where cubes go, or can you influence it with how you drop? I don't know. I think it's just like a dice tower, kind of. So it's
yeah, it looks like a dice tower.
Pretty random.
You kind of get a sense of it there, but yeah, it's mostly just a dice tower. There's like some teeth inside the center there.
If you were like trying to play like super skill based time loop, time mans, you could probably figure out how to drop it. Maybe, I don't know. I doubt it, but it would be tough. I think so. It's pretty well randomized. I think.
Cue the Dennis Rodman talking about getting rebounds from The Last Dance, where he's like whoosh, describing the ball bouncing off the rim and goes this way and swoops that way. So
I am going to pull one clone from an adjacent era, so I can pull this guy into my era.
Bang!
And get
so
one
that gets an
there.
ancient clone there. Okay.
So what else can I do here? I haven't used my move yet.
How do we flip up these other missions?
If we complete one, we get to flip one up.
Oh.
Or if one of these gets blown up, we get to see another one. Yeah. Okay, I can use the Celtic Cauldron to... Any 2 agents can discard or destroy one card in their hand to move to that card's origin era and add 1 green there.
Discard or destroy.
Or destroy. I was trying to figure out if we could make that work to get here to do this quest.
I do have the red, so I can move to here.
If you wanted to discard that, we could do that, and then I could use my move to get to there.
Okay, so I discard this, and I think it's worth doing. I kind of like cut my my ability to loop on my next turn. There's also the thing that pushes a clone.
You also draw up at the end of my turn.
But
so.
Yeah, exactly. I get to draw, so I don't think that's too bad. And I think this one is kind of this one's kind of luck based and kind of a pain. So I think the
so we get a completion cube.
Yeah.
So do I want to loop pulling a clone, moving one clone from my era to an adjacent era? It doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. So I think I'm done.
Okay, so no loop for you.
No loop for me.
All right. Well, here's hoping this place doesn't explode.
Yeah. Well, sometimes eras just explode. So it's just a part of life.
All right. So we get a clone.
We get a clone. Oh, let me refresh first. I gotta reshuffle.
Then I get to draw this.
The Age of Robots is thick with clones.
So I got clones coming on my ears over here.
Okay, you can draw the faux card.
Okay, the faux card. Oh, I draw an artifact first, right?
Yeah.
The Hammer of Thor in the medieval era. Push any number of clones to an adjacent era or eras.
Okay, so that is a good point. Final Ross Battle. A lot of co-op games are solvable. This one is definitely not solvable, mostly because of the deck building mechanics and the randomness of the cubes and the randomness of the deck. But it's not like get mad at randomness, I don't think.
Yeah, it's manageable.
It's mitigatable, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Where was it?
The Hammer of Thor is there.
Oh, you haven't drawn it yet.
This is globalization.
We can't see that, by the way.
Oh, on this side?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Globalization.
I can probably move this a little bit. Just a little. Yeah.
Globalization. All right. So that's good because this
totally clear out here.
Yeah. So 3 cubes into the center.
Once it gets to those robots. Whew. Ooh, the ring around. All right, so you get to remove one, right, with your ability?
Yeah, I think it's this one then, right?
Yeah.
It's possible that moving that one is correct because if it lines up over here, because we got a 1 and 3 of it happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we know each of the arrows has to get hit once. Okay. So I can let you resolve one of your abilities. Choose another agent to resolve one of their artifacts in their hand and discard or destroy it. Okay, so if I resolve this, add 1 to another agent's arrow, then move yourself up to 2 arrows, I can move to here, and then if you go there, we can get another completion on this. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, so yeah, I'll use Edison's light bulb on you.
I'll discard it. I want to destroy it. So
sure.
It adds 1 to your era, then I move 2 spaces.
Okay. I will. And this is just do we have to end our turn, or is this just we just have to?
Just kind of
okay. It's not that bad then, right?
Correct.
Because we can. Okay, so that one actually seems a little bit easier than I thought. So, this I'll use this since green to add 1 to a previous era. So I'll just dump 1 over there. I'm gonna use the Prowler's Coat to move 1. Actually, no. I think if this is better for me to move for free to here.
Mm-hmm.
To get the completion bonus, and then Prowler's Coat to move an era, then remove 1 from my era. So I'll remove that.
If you want to loop your thing that lets me use something, I can remove 1 from any agent's era to remove another red cube from.
Okay, that's good. I think we can trade there. That's fine. I'll lose the 1 green there, and I'll choose an agent to resolve.
Okay, so remove 1 red cube from any agent's era. I'll remove 1 there.
Okay.
Discard that.
All right, that kind of shored that up nicely.
Robots is still not looking good.
No, unfortunately I don't get an artifact here either.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is no completed, no artifact acquire. Flipping my card, discarding, and then draw up to 3. So, oh, it's squigglies. Okay, so you get this.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do Faux Phase, clone, and artifact. You want to grab the artifact when you're done.
Yep. All right, so I can draw into my 3.
Clone is going in the Renaissance. The artifacts.
All right, the artifact is going to globalization. Do you get to pick one of these?
I believe it's 1. Yeah, 1. Pick 1.
Okay, this is the 56K modem. In your era, either push 1 clone to an adjacent era, remove 1 red, or add 1 green. It just does 1 of anything, so that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Okay. And then this card flips up.
Yes. The robots.
Oh, God, no, the robots.
Oh, God. Okay, well, that's 6 cubes.
Oof.
That's a lot of cubes. That's like a whole lot of cubes.
It's
not looking good, Nathan.
I don't
one of these eras.
I don't know how we. Okay, great. Where'd
that go?
It's just stuck in there. Yeah.
Inconclusive. We'll redraw that one.
Yeah, we'll refire it. I was gonna say you could. Probably
God!
Look, this one instantly explodes, then, right?
Yes.
But any extra ones just still go there.
Yes.
So we want them to keep. Okay, well, all right. So this era explodes.
It does. It is now vortexed.
Okay, so this mission is just gone.
The mission's gone. That artifact's gone.
Gone.
We can no longer place artifacts there, and that place is gone.
Oh, that's bad. That's real bad then, right? That makes things more complicated because now
we can draw artifacts that don't hit the table.
That's bad.
Yeah,
that seems bad.
It's not great. Okay, now my action phase. All right, so I can pull one from an adjacent area. I think I'd go ahead and destroy a clone.
Okay.
And we have not advanced this one, so I'll advance that mission by pulling that clone here.
Boom.
Okay. Place any agent in another agent's era. If that era has no green, add 1 green there.
So, well, before you do
I can
that,
move first.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I'll move there.
Okay.
And then we'll get
that
a
gets us
completion
that one.
token.
Okay, that's good.
Any 2 agents may discard or destroy one in their hand to move to that card's origin area and add 1 there. So,
is it the person who ends their turn?
Person has to end their. Someone has to end their turn there.
So I can't be here at the end of your turn. It has to be me at the end of my turn.
Yeah, and I can't get there with any of the cards in my hand.
Okay. Now, if you move me to your era, I can move twice.
Okay.
And get there at the end of mine. So that is something to.
I can also spend green cubes around the table to get there.
Oh, that's true.
Because moving costs 1 green cube in an era, which is not necessarily like wrong.
That's another reason to keep a green cube in every era at a minimum.
Yeah.
So
I could use this and discard it to move to there and then go there, which might be worth doing.
Okay. Fine with that.
I can also move you to another era. I can place any agent in another agent's era. If that era has no green, add 1 green there. So if you want to go to any of those spaces I'm going to, let me know.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and use the Celtic Cauldron. I'll discard it, move to its origin era.
Yeah, I do. If I discard and move, these remove greens. So you can place any agent in another agent's era?
Place any agent in another agent's era.
Okay, so I just discard the bag of tricks then.
Okay.
To move here, and that way you don't have to spend green cubes. You can just teleport to me. Then.
Okay, yeah. So then I can use.
And then we add a green there.
If there are no green there, add a green there.
Okay,
but there are greens there, so yeah. I'll just teleport to there with my middle manager suit. Okay, so that's my turn. I could ready this to pull, but that doesn't kill anything. But if that gets us closer to destroying a thing, it might be useful. Not really. I think we just save it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So I draw 1 to replace that.
Yeah, you draw 1. I draw these. There's no.
What happens if he comes back to this era again?
He can destroy it again. If he destroys it again, we lose. Yes.
Well, he can't go there now.
No. Well, we gotta
first.
We gotta complete the mission first of all.
Ah, okay.
So the mission is completed. Boom. And we get to draw 3 from the top of the artifact deck and pick 1.
Okay. It starts with you.
It's face up, so it's public knowledge. We can just decide who gets what. One of them is discarded, so
push 1 clone to an adjacent era, then move to any era.
Draw 2 and keep 1, discard, destroy, or return the other to the top of your draw pile. Or remove up to 2 from your era, add 1 green to your era. For each red you removed. That's really good.
Hoverboard on.
I think I'll grab this Philosopher's Stone if that's okay with you.
Okay.
Because I feel like I need more stuff to mitigate reds.
Okay. I think this and this goes on top.
Top of the deck.
Okay.
And so if you refresh, that's the card you draw.
Okay.
If you already refreshed.
I did already.
So that's the card you draw instead.
Okay.
Because
that's
before the refresh phase.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And then we draw a new.
Does this get discarded, or does this go to the era?
That gets discarded.
Okay.
We draw a new mission in Dr. Foe's current era, or the next clockwise if it's Vortex, or there's a mission there. So we draw this mission.
This
one says remove 1 red cube from 7 different eras.
Okay.
So we have
so we have to remove from this era still.
Yes.
For the mission, and we can. It's not like completely blank.
Exactly. Okay. All right, now it's your turn.
All right. So first things first, clone an artifact.
Yep.
This is Renaissance, the Da Vinci manuscript. That's pretty funny. The Deal 1 artifact from the artifact deck and resolve its ability without acquiring it. Oh, okay.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
In the card.
Yeah. It is the medieval times.
Okay.
So that's going to be 4 cubes. Okay.
This could be bad.
It has, well, I won't say anything.
You do have your ability too. So
yeah, I've got my ability, but so.
Okay. Okay. All right. Outstanding.
All right, I'll choose this one to remove.
Okay.
That goes there. Okay.
Does that count for request?
How's
How's your ability read?
this says remove 1 from 7 different eras. During your faux phase, after dropping red into the machine, choose 1 red that was dropped and remove it. It's the same term. I'm counting it. If you don't want me to count it, don't use the same term. All right, but so it was that. It was this era, the ancient era.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, push 1 into an adjacent era, then move to any era. So we need to blow up some clones.
We got to kill some clones in the Age of Robots, dog. It's overrun with clones. It's not looking good.
Move 1 era, then remove 1 from my. Remove 1 from one of the next 2 eras. Okay, and I get a free move. Free move. Move 1, remove 1. Push a clone adjacent to kill. Counts towards that. Then move to any era. Okay, so I said free move to here. Prowler's coats to move 1 era. Then remove 1 red from my era. I can Quantum Wrench to remove 1 from one of the next 2 eras. So I'll remove 1 here.
We get the progress from the end of time?
Yes. So this one and then this one, right?
Yep.
So I got 2 progress. So globalization and then end of time. Hoverboard on wheels. Push 1 clone. It'd have to be in the same place.
Push is the same place.
Push is the same.
I think, does it say from your era?
Push 1 clone to an adjacent era, then move to any era.
Let me lure push.
Okay.
See what push. Usually it says from. Pushes move a clone from your era to the adjacent era.
Yeah. All right. So, in that case, then I think I spend a green
to move. Yeah.
To move. Then use hoverboard. Push to here and it explodes.
And we get the end of time progress. They go back in the bag. Yeah.
Okay.
You want a loop?
Yeah, and I think this is a good loop right here. So
yeah.
I ready these 2. I can push to there and explode that one. So we get globalization. And then I can remove 1 red from the next 2 eras. So I'll remove from Mesopotamia or from the ancient.
Do we already have ancient done?
We already have ancient done.
We also had end of time done. So
yeah.
Okay.
So no. Oh, and I can move to any era once I did the push. So I could actually move to here then, and then move from this one.
Okay. Yep.
To get the bonus towards medieval.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
That's a pretty good turn.
I feel like that was a good turn.
Yeah.
Actually, if I move here, I could still remove from there because I could move to here, and I get the artifact.
Yeah.
Right. So I think this draw 1 card. Yeah.
Sounds great.
Let's get on it.
Sounds great.
Okay, so those are. Oh wait, first, missions. Right, our artifact required.
It's on the top.
Complete missions. No. Okay, and then discard
and flip. Yep.
Flip. Draw 3.
Check for new cycle. No new cycle, and it is my turn. So.
In your turn, it will be a new cycle.
It will be. Yeah, at the end of my turn, it will be.
And things will get more difficult.
Draw a clone if you want to draw an artifact.
Okay.
Mobilization clone.
Expired Currywurst.
Okay.
It's in the end of time, so
that makes sense. And then we'll draw the final card there.
Ooh, let's see. Was it green? No, Renaissance.
Okay.
Not great.
It's a good thing we did a mission there already.
Does this shuffle yet?
It will at the end of my turn.
Okay.
I don't think it super matters.
Okay.
There's gonna be 3 red cubes.
Okay, it's only 3. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. And we've already completed the mission there, so.
Expert cube dropping.
Some mighty fine cube dropping there. No shuffle into the microphone.
While I'm dropping cubes.
While you're dropping cubes.
I'm trying to just drop some cubes over here.
During the cube dropping ASMR.
Okay. Action time. So I'm going to go and use this Philosopher's Stone to remove up to 2 red cubes from my era, add 1 green to my era for each red you remove.
What?
Boom.
The card is insane.
Boom. We're jacked on greens over here. This lets me remove 1 from my era to another agent's era. I can also move you first. I could move you to there. That doesn't get us progress to there, though.
You got that clone right there, but
there's that clone. If I move to here,
so we need 1 more clone.
We need 1 more clone.
But so it'd have to be that purple clone, that robot, the robo clone.
It has to be a robo clone or something with that, which
or
is
this one
so far away. Okay, so I would have to get to here and move you here. I can move you there with my ability. If I get to there by just spending cubes.
It's a lot of cubes.
It's a lot of cubes.
I think they're there to be spent, though, I guess.
Yeah. Where do we need to remove red cubes from? Oh, we got the progress for Renaissance, so I just did that one. We need to get robots, and which there are none on, and industrial, which there is 1 on. I don't think I can get that one this turn.
If I was paying attention, I would know the 50-50 shot that I have with the Mirror of Amaterasu here. But I'm not paying attention, so I don't.
It's fine. We're not min-maxing our.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I've let you down, stream. My normal.
All right. I do want to get clone progress. So if I move 1, actually I'll move 1 to there, and then move 1 to here. I'll use my ability to move you, and then I'll move a clone from my era to another agent's era to send this to its death in the medieval times.
Okay.
And I get star 6 progress on that. It's pretty good. And this is another agent's era, either add 1 green or remove 1 red, so I'll mitigate this one a little bit.
Yeah.
Seems good.
We've already got that one. Already got the bonus for that.
So. We do have a green there. I could do a loop. I don't know. This doesn't do anything. This could just remove another red. So if we wanted to trade a green for a red there.
I don't think we do.
Okay.
I don't think we do.
Alright, I do get to get an artifact, so that's something. That's something at least.
So this goes on top, and then you draw it.
Yeah, these are supposed to be shuffled. This is on top. And then I complete mission, no, and end of time. So this is drawn, and then I reshuffle. Expired Currywurst.
Alright, so check for the new cycle. These are shuffled, so these are now in the second cycle.
So now we're drawing 2 clones a turn. Very scary.
Ramping.
Yeah. We're 1 out of 4 missions done here.
Alright, so we draw 2 clones and 1 artifact.
Yep.
Alright, the artifact is the Stone Circles of Stonehenge.
Okay.
Resolve the ability of 1 artifact, not blank, not no symbol.
Yes.
Okay. In another agent's hand, the agent must discard or destroy that
That's
card.
pretty good.
Okay. That is an ancient time.
That's probably the best way to use those, since these can't be looped. You kind of like get the use out of them, and then I also get to draw a card, so
yeah,
that seems good.
Well, it says not those.
Oh, not that. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so now 2 clones. You drew them.
I drew them.
Okay,
they're there, and I believe here. I can't remember. It was 2.
Okay.
Then the card.
All right. Renaissance. Back-to-back Renaissance.
Okay.
So it's right there, so it's another 3 red.
Another 3 red.
Okay, so we got Trouble and Industrial.
It's a Bruin.
Which is not good, right? Because if it blows up, we lose all that mission progress.
We sure do. But you have your ability, so it's probably fine. Oh!
Yep. Okay.
Getting too cute with the cube dropping. Okay.
Okay. I'll remove this one for good measure anyway.
Okay.
Which gets us that bonus.
Yes.
Okay. We need that damn cube in the robot time. Again, I find myself cursing robots. Alright, so I can push a clone to an adjacent era. I think I just obliterate one of these clones real quick because
that's a lot.
That is piling up over there. I can add a green to the next era. I can draw, so I'll use this to draw one. I get to remove one from that era. Great.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Perfect. Alright, Quantum Bandage. Alright, I can add a green to my next era. I think I'm going to use my move to here, then use the green to add one to the next era. I'm going to Quantum Bandage to remove one from this era. I will loop in this era.
For stars?
Yeah.
Seems good. You could move first if you wanted to remove one from there.
Yeah, I was debating whether I should just loop again.
You could loop again.
But I think the moving is better because I think making sure that there's less, that we're less likely to just explode in a place is better. So I'll spend a cube to move. I'll remove one from this era. Use this to add one to the next era. Oh, I could actually, while I was there, before I moved, I could add one to this era, then move into this era, then remove one, and then do the double looper.
Double loop?
To remove one from this era and add one to that era. Did I just add that one? I don't think did I take this one off the board?
I don't think you did.
Okay.
Or was that, you were saying that was there already?
Yeah, was this there already?
I don't remember.
Does anybody know Mertani? One of the
Mertani, please.
One of the eagle-eyed viewers, did I cheat this onto the board just now? Can I put that onto the board?
These cubes are not as obvious as Amber, so I don't blame you if you don't notice.
Yeah, you may not have. Okay, wait, I'm gonna put it there anyway.
We're putting it there.
Okay.
VOD scrubber.
VOD scrubber. Yeah. Scrub that VOD.
Should only be one there at the end. Okay. There we go.
That's right.
Thank you.
All right. So that's cleaned out. We acquire artifacts. There's no artifacts to acquire. We complete the mission. So we do complete this mission.
Outstanding.
All right. So we're halfway there.
Artifacts. 3 artifacts.
3 artifacts. Starting with me.
Well, we decide.
The hairpiece of power.
That is the item that I have a problem with.
The feather of Quetzalcoatl. The research dog. Draw 3, keep 1, and discard the others. Add 1 to each of the previous 2 eras. Feather of Quetzalcoatl. Ready 1 in your hand. You are exhausted. Either discard it or destroy it.
If you want to show the hairpiece, I'll talk about it real quick. And then
we're not
taking that.
It's very clearly.
I don't really have to say much about it.
Yeah, it's very, very clearly.
But I don't think this needs to be in the game. I don't think this adds anything to the game. It actively made one of our friends uncomfortable while we were playing. So
yeah,
this might get destroyed. We'll just discard that. I don't think it's a card we're taking anyway.
Okay. I'm gonna let you have the dog, I guess. I'll take the feather of Quetzalcoatl. This goes on top.
This dog is a larger card than the other ones.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Refresh.
These go away. I
flip
agents. These, and then I shuffle and draw.
Make a placeholder. Yeah, just like, I don't know. It's tough because you would have to print a new card out.
So
right?
the funny thing is something similar. Somebody, I think it was Cool Mini or Not, was making character for 45 for Zombicide, and people are like, nobody asked for this. Nobody wants to play as him. Somebody does want to play as this character, they're not invited to my group. They're not invited to my board game group anymore, kind of thing. So
that's something that I'm probably surprised Pandasaurus put through. Maybe they just, whoever designed that card, maybe just didn't kind of understand how it makes some people feel.
But I think the hat is part of
the hat is bad,
right? Because the hat is the symbol more so than the hair.
Yeah.
Because you call it hairpiece, and that's kind of like a dig, and it's like a boomer thing to make fun of Trump's appearance, as if that somehow like takes any sort of power from him or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, we'll keep on with the game. I was worried that would derail it. It can easily derail it. We could rant about this for a while.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna move on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the game is great.
Now, if it had been Bernie in his sweater at inauguration, I think I would have been fine.
Totally fine with that. Yeah.
Totally fine with that.
Or just, it could be a hairpiece of power, and it just like looks like the Fonz's hair or something, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Like, give it a pompadour. Okay, my turn. 2 clones and an artifact. Draw artifact.
Some of us are in the market for hair pieces.
Yeah, just like frogs making hand gestures.
Yeah.
Exactly. Alright. Renaissance and globalization.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That place is piling up. And artifacts is the Cerebrium in the Robot Age.
That's destroyed. We don't even get it.
Choose any era, remove red there until there is many red as there are clones.
Exactly, our boy. It's power, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another choice of words that I would not have recommended.
Yeah.
And then the card. In the End of Time.
It certainly seems like that card's trying to have it both ways, but
it does.
But mostly one way, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, it just kind of dates your game too. Right?
Exactly, right. Yeah, like why are you
even if you were?
I mean, it is a game about time travel.
Even
if you right,
even if you are a fan of that president for some deranged reason, you understand. Part of the appeal is how polarizing of a figure he is, and so you wouldn't want to, assuming you are a maximum capitalist, you wouldn't want to cut off people from buying your game potentially, right?
Yeah,
you would hide it.
You don't want to alienate half
You'd
your
be
audience,
like every other fascist in this country, and you'd hide that shit.
Yeah.
So,
End of Time is where
End of Time is where the
is
cubes
where Dr. Faux is going. It's only 3 cubes. We'll see.
That's not that bad.
It could be bad here.
Yeah,
right?
it could explode. Yeah. Okay, or just there.
Okay. We're maxing out on cubes over here. We're getting kind of lucky with cubes, I feel like.
Yeah, I think we've gotten lucky. But
okay.
So we were never in any danger.
I'll go ahead and use the... Man, we still don't have any cubes on the robot place. Oh, we do get a new quest. Where was it was here, right?
Yes.
We get to look at this. Yeah, it was there. So we get this quest to open up. This is destroy a clone in Dr. Faux era 4 times.
Ow. That seems not easy.
It's not easy. So these are 2 on the board right now that we could get potentially.
That one seems not easy.
Yeah, I will use the Philosopher's Stone to remove 2 and add 2 green.
God, that card, that's insane.
Is it actually worth it for me to move first?
I think
you go here.
So here's the thing.
Yeah. Because he's already pointing there. If he points here and dumps cubes, that could be bad, right?
Yeah.
So if I instead move to here,
they could still point. So he could point to either of these and blow this place up.
That's true.
I think he's got a decent shot at it. Okay. We don't want this one to blow up.
That's true. We have progress, right?
We're so close to finishing.
That's the real point. Okay, so I'll remove 2 and add 2 green with my Philosopher's Stone.
That's what it boils down to there, I think, is that we're actually close to solving that one. So
I can add 1 green to another agent's era, then move up to 2 times. So that gives you a green there. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's fine. That's like a staging green, I think.
I don't have much else I can do. I can move myself to 2 eras. There's no quests we can complete right now. I could get an artifact. get like a modem. You hang out here. And then I can reveal one from the artifact deck, add 2 green to that card's origin era.
So in reveal, does this mean go back on top, or does it just mean discard?
Reveal, let's read it.
It's going to green anyway, so it adds up to 2 green to that.
Add 2.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Flip the top card of the artifact deck and place it face up in its origin era. Oh, so it actually goes there.
Okay, this is the Plasma Ball. Push 1 clone in any agent's era to an adjacent era.
Yeah, it's gone because it's in the
Okay. Add 1 green to the era where it was destroyed. That would have been pretty good. That would have been a pretty neat artifact to have, assuming it wasn't blown up.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I could loop to do that again if we wanted. It just spends that 1 green there. It's kind of almost worth it because it adds 2 green somewhere. We just don't know where.
Yeah, and it's a potential artifact to draw.
To be on the board.
Well,
so I'll loop.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah. So I'll reveal 1 from the artifact deck and add 2 green there.
Alright, so my era. This is Pasteur's Vaccine. Discard or destroy 1 artifact in your hand, then destroy 1 clone in that card's origin era. That's pretty good.
Okay, now what do I want from these items? The modem's pretty good. In your era, either push 1 to adjacent, remove 1 red, or add 1 green. Adds a lot. I also have a bunch of spirals after my deck, and that spiral, I could potentially do big loops with that. So I think I'll grab the modem during my acquire artifact step.
Okay.
Then, no mission, and a turn.
Okay. 2 clones and an artifact. This is the Matroiska. Remove 2 red from your era. There's another agent in your era. Also remove 1 red from each adjacent era. Oh. Move 2 red from your era. That's pretty.
Yeah, it is. Pretty good.
Okay, and the danger zone. Globalization. That is the best place for this.
Yes.
Well, except for all the clones. Except for all those clones. Alright, so 5 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so I'll use my ability to remove 1 there, which completes this mission.
Yes.
Since so I gotta just make sure I end my turn there. Okay. So I can let you use one of your artifacts in your hand, and you can discard or destroy it.
Okay. So I could do...
I can do that twice.
Okay, so this lets me move 1 clone from my era to another agent's era. And I have a lot of clones in this era. So if you go somewhere, that's good. This also lets me push a clone to an adjacent era, remove 1 or add 1. So I could push, like, this robot there, for instance.
Okay, so I'll light bulb to let you use one of your artifacts.
Okay, so I'll go and use the modem to push the robot clone.
Okay, so he's over there, he explodes. Now that was a clone in his era, but it's got to die in...
It's got to die here.
Okay, alright. So that's no go for that.
No go for that.
Alright.
There's nothing that is a globalization on the board right now, so we can't actually make any progress on that this turn.
Great, dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Alright.
That might not be a mission we end up completing for the game win.
I'll spend a green to move to here. I will free move for my turn to here.
Okay.
I will use my wrench to remove 1 from the next 2 eras. From one of the next 2 eras. So I'll remove 1 from there. I will Feather of Quetzalcoatl. Ready 1 artifact in my hand. When I re-exhaust it, either discard or destroy it. So I'll ready Edison's light bulb. I'll use it for you.
Move there first.
Move there first?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll spend this green to move. I'll spin that green first to loop.
Okay.
And then spin a green to move.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'll use Edison's light bulb.
All right, so I'll move one clone from my era to another agent's era.
So this one.
That one to there.
And it explodes. Okay. And then this is now destroyed.
Discarded or destroyed, right?
Yeah, I'll discard it.
Okay.
I can Quantum Wrench again to remove this one. Use this. Again. And it's destroyed. Get that.
Turns out this Time Lord's pretty good at time stuff. Okay.
The Time Prowler.
Yeah.
Okay. Complete the mission.
Complete mission.
No artifacts to grab, so complete the mission. So this is done.
Yep. That's our third. One more and we win.
Okay.
And we get to reveal this one.
Okay.
Quantum Sealant. There are 0 red and 0 clones in your era, 3 different eras, and you can only make progress on it once per turn. So if you're in an era with 0 red cubes and 0 clones, you can place progress on that.
Also does not seem easy,
Yeah.
but it does mean you can just push the clone, right? We don't have to beat it. We just got to get the clone out.
Yep.
Okay. So artifacts, the Thunderdome. Oh, this is gonna get. This doesn't discard it yet. The Enigma Machine, Laser Vacuum. Remove 1 red from any 2 agents' eras.
Okay. That's great.
In any agent's era, add 1 green or remove 1 red. That agent may then move 1 era.
That's also good.
Acquire 1 artifact from any era. Add 1 green to that card's origin era.
I think that's time has passed. That card's time has passed.
Yeah.
I would like that.
This one, the laser vacuum?
Because it goes with mine.
Yeah. That's
Sounds
fine.
better.
I'll take the Thunderdome. Welcome to it. That goes over there.
Turn.
This is discarded. I draw 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh-wee. Okay.
All right. I felt like my turn was insane.
Yeah, it was really good.
Insane turns.
All right. Next turn. 2 clones and an artifact.
Chewy.
Thank you for that. Prime. 1 whole year right there. Wow. Yeah, this is industrial. This is medieval.
Okay, and we get an artifact.
Yep.
The virus sample. It's too real. Destroy 1 clone in Dr. Foe's era and add 1 clone in an era adjacent to Dr. Foe. Okay. Whoa, no. Destroy 1 clone in a Dr. Foe's era and 1 clone in an era adjacent to Dr.
That's
Foe.
insane.
It's very good.
It's insane. All right, and that thing.
Okay. It is the age of robots.
Well.
Okay. Well, I did what I could last turn.
No.
So.
Do we lose now?
That's actually real bad, isn't it?
We could easily lose.
Easily, we have like it's a 1 in 3 followed by a 1 in 3. Okay. All right. Building the thing. Building the drama. Justin.
That's it. We lost.
We lost.
Time is destroyed. That sucks. That sucks. I was gonna use my research dog. It sucks. Yep.
How could
there you have it.
Up like that?
Time is destroyed.
Well, we lost, guys. We're sorry again. Yet again.
But hey, that's time loop.
Yet again, we failed chat. The good news is that all time is obliterated.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about living with our failures here.
Yeah.
We'll be collapsing momentarily. We'll be turning into dust. You'll be turning into dust.
We're all dust here.
And yeah, so there you go.
That's time loop.
There you go. That's the time loop. You play. It is. This is a neat. This is a neat, fun game.
It does the management of things very well. I think a lot of co-op games go for that sort of. You're managing bad things that are happening around you.
If you have a play group that likes Lost Ruins of Arnak, I think this is in the same vein. It's different.
It's
cooperative.
Twist. Yeah.
Cooperative instead, right? Yeah. The cleanup, breakdown, all that stuff seems pretty simple, right? Like I like games where
put stuff together.
Yeah, you throw your components more or less into a pile, and like I like the games that have bags, like a specific component that's in a bag, because that's also your storage solution for those components.
Yeah.
So
it also does well at letting you feel powerful too, which is a lot of co-op games make you feel like you suck and you're like just scraping by. I think it's good to be able to feel like you're doing important things. And we had some powerful turns there and we still lost, right?
Right.
So that's probably a tough balance to put together. This is my second play of it. I played at Gen Con once with 4 people.
Yeah,
it was good with 4 people as well.
I didn't get a chance to play this at Gen Con, but this was pretty fun. I would
play great 2-player too. Like, and there's a lot of variety with that. There's 5 different heroes.
4 different missions. Obviously, we're 4 different. Since we're fake gamer guys in this channel, we couldn't even beat the most basic scenario on the most basic.
We did beat it at Gen Con with 4 people.
Okay,
it was close. We almost lost.
Yeah.
So, and that I think is the sweet spot, right? Of co-op games, you want to always have that threat of a loss, or else the game you can't have it be too easy. But the fact that we probably got lucky on a lot of cube drops too. We could have had it way worse.
Yes,
I think.
that is true.
We could have easily had like 2 other things destroyed.
4-player slide into alpha gamer. I don't think you run into like quarterback situations.
No,
right? I think
it's too hard to manage everything. That's like everything is visible. So there's that, right? But if you have someone that's like, what's your card do? What's that card do? What's that card do? Just don't play with that person.
Yeah, I could see that. You gotta kind of have to make your. Is this a sponsorship?
Nah, it's not. Unfortunately, I wish it was. They probably wouldn't let us talk shit about the hairpiece card.
That's sponsorship.
Yeah.
Was this game Kickstarter or not?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't believe Pandasaurus does any Kickstarters.
Okay. I was gonna say, because that's the type of thing that might happen with this Kickstarter situation, right?
We can keep trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't want to subscribe motives. I don't want to ascribe motives to other people.
My optimistic outlook is that it was an innocent. This is funny. Yeah, let's put this in there, and they didn't really think about.
It kind of falls flat, right? So
yeah,
it's all right.
Now, whether or not that's true, we don't know.
We don't know. Like I said, not giving motives to other people, but yeah. Look at that. Look at it. It's all cleaned up. It's cleaned up.
Very good game. I'm excited to play this game more. I think it's got a lot of replayability.
I'm gonna look at the other people's abilities real quick. So starting with the second clone you destroy on your turn. Each time you destroy a clone in any era, either add 1 green or remove 1 red. What are her cards? Robo Finisher 404.
I'll grab your other starter cards. I'll look at this. And they all have unique meeples, which is great. They're really cool.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Okay. So Robo Finisher 404 has a Confusion Dart Launcher. I'm going to assume that she's pretty good at acing clones.
Yeah. And Mr. Time, you could see, he was really good at moving other agents, which probably isn't great in a 2-player game.
Yeah.
But I bet it's really good in 4-player.
Because I thought the being adjacent was going to be...
I liked this way better than Power Rangers. Spirit Island is a very good game, but Spirit Island, it suffers, to me, with like component bloat. Like there's a lot of so much stuff.
Remove 1 red from an adjacent era. Random punchline generator, which is kind of funny. Yeah. And Dr. Foe's era, either add 1 green or remove 1 red. That's not bad. 1,000 League boots. Move to any era, then push 1 clone to an adjacent era. That is insane. That feels like ace a clone, right? Energetic Robo Wig. Add 1 green to an adjacent era. The sniper shotgun, that's just funny. That's for any gun fans. Sniper shotgun.
I also wanted to like Power Rangers more. I bought a bunch of it 2 years ago at Gen Con, and we have not opened it since that Gen Con.
Yeah.
I still have it sitting in my closet. So
push up to 2 clones to adjacent era or eras, so that's really good. Confusion Dart Launcher, pull 1 clone from an adjacent era, then push 1 clone to an adjacent era. Oh, so you could like pull 1 into your era and then shove it to the other side. So yeah, she's actually, it looks like she's built to just fight clones. We've got V-Girl, who appears to be a small child.
She's like Diva.
Okay.
From Overwatch, right? She's a girl in a mech.
Yeah, so...
her meeple is awesome. It's fat.
The gigantic mech.
Yeah,
it's badass.
Cool.
The double joystick. Move up to 2 eras. You may carry 1 clone that is in any vortex on your route.
Carry is like you can walk through eras and pick up, which is really good. That's who I played in our 4-player game.
Remove 1 red from your era, or 2 if you are in a vortex. The V-gun. She like deals with vortices if they appear, right?
Yeah.
So the V gun, push one clone to an adjacent era. If you are in a vortex, you may either push it. You may push it one era further away. The Bermuda triangular treads. Add 1 green to your era. Then attack the top. Then destroy the top artifact on the artifact deck. You may move to that card's origin era. Interesting.
That's pretty good. And her ability works with destroying artifacts, right?
Once per turn during your action phase, if you are on the origin era of the last destroyed artifact, you can resolve its ability.
Yeah. So you can destroy artifacts and resolve them, which is good when you're making your allies resolve artifacts and destroy them too. So she can work with those kind of cards.
Dimensional Inverter. Destroy the top artifact of the artifact deck. If that card's in that card's origin era, remove 1 red or push 1 clone. Okay, so that just combos with her ability. And add 1 green to the next era or to any vortex. So she's got vortex power. She actually would have been really good in that game since we had a vortex pretty early. Yeah. Right?
This character is hilarious.
Wizik.
I feel like I want to read his intros.
He appears
to probably just go and read the other one's intros.
He appears to just be like a spider monkey. I don't know if you can see this, but he's like this giant balloon looking thing with multiple goggles and stuff like that. So yeah, he's pretty funny looking. The wireless zapper. Swap your agent with a clone in an adjacent era. Okay, so you can use that to steal stuff. And he says when you use your free move, you may move to any era. So that's really good. So he can just teleport.
That's very good. Yeah.
So. Auto disguise headband. Add 1 green to Dr. Foe's era. Neurotemporal connectors. Add 1 green to your era. Then move 1 era. The super underwear. Remove 1 red from your era. Spiky fur. Push 1 clone to an adjacent era. And then quadriperipheral vision. Add 1 green to an adjacent era. So he's kind of got an all-around package then, right? He moves some clones, removes some stuff, adds some green. So
there is also a checklist in the bottom of the game box that's achievement stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. That's a minor touch.
So it's
that really
beat in all these difficulties, lose with X thing. So losing before the second cycle ends, we got that. Losing before the first cycle ends, losing because Dr. Foe ended his 3rd cycle, losing with 2 or fewer archive sabotage cards. Have 2+ red on each era during game. Drop 8 in the machine as an achievement. Have 10 clones.
We had 6.
We had 6. Have 10 clones in 1 era. Have 18 clones in play. Empty the bag. Empty the huge deck. 2 missions destroyed in a turn.
Have 10 clones in 1 era. That's all 4 players are working together to make that happen.
Pretty rough.
Which is pretty funny.
Yeah, and then there's regions for promotion.
Do you just lose the game if that happens? It drops 12. Yeah, you just lose the game then, right? Because it just obliterates 3 eras. Well, there's
an achievement for playing a game in the year 2040. So we can get that one in 19 years. Win without doing any loops.
Hard mode.
Yeah. Destroy 7+ clones in a turn. Destroy 9+ reds in a turn. Have 10+ greens in 1 era. So yeah, these are all cool. And then obviously each scenario and difficulty has a checkbox. So
yeah, that's one of those things. You do a bunch of play tests with the game before you ship it up.
I think the MSRP was 50.
It's a medium-sized box game, so it's probably in the 40 to 50 to 60 range.
I think it was 40 or 50. I can't remember exactly.
It's going to be in that range.
I want to say 50 because I think I paid 90 total for it plus Wild Space. Wild Space feels like a $30 game though. I'm not sure.
Could be. I would expect.
I don't think this is a $60 game.
I would expect a medium box to be 50 or 60.
I would pay $60 for this game, but I think it's 50. I do really like this game though. So let's read the other 3.
V Girl, Gazit Wizik, and then Robo Finisher 4.
All right, I'll read Wizik. As a middle-aged one brought to Earth at the dawn of the dawn of time. Wizik figured out pretty quickly that its strange appearance and unpronounceable name would make normal human interactions difficult. Its auto-disguise headband is the best solution that this 1,000 names thing from a strange and ancient world is found to fit in and remain unnoticed. Specialty. Nothing can move through time and space with such impressive speed. In its journeys through the ages, this master of disguise has pierced the secrets of the universal energy. Miscellaneous. Recently, its coworkers have gotten into the habit of calling it Steve. Why Steve? Maybe it's easier to pronounce. And besides, doesn't it just look like a Steve? All right.
It's pretty funny. All right, Robo Finisher 404. super combat robot of the Purple Army, the R-404 became self-aware in 2142, but was prevented from joining the war against humanity thanks to a simple file not found error. Sent back to 1998 to fix her original HTML source code. Then back to the future to reprogram herself. And then back to the 1980s to prevent her father, the ZX Spectrum console, from becoming obsolete. She finally joined the agency to live by her simple code of honor. A:"loop. Kill Doc Foe. Specialty. Fragging clones and reciting punchlines of dubious comic value. It might seem a little bit binary to you, but for Robo Finisher 404, this is what living your best life looks like. Miscellaneous. This model is also available in white, black, or rose gold. It'll only cost you an arm and a leg. You girl, you want me to go ahead and read the girl? Commanding her steel exoskeleton, the daughter of inventor James Watt fears nothing, not even temporal vortexes. Born inside the great steam-powered monster at the peak of the Industrial Revolution, this eternal child has never learned a sense of danger. As gifted as she is fussy, V-Girl is the only one able to pilot this technological marvel from the era of coal and steam. Specialty. Inverting dimensional fluxes, navigating vortexes, antimatter disposal. Her specialty is anything that only a little girl piloting 10 tons of steaming steel would be crazy enough to try. At the miscellaneous, at the agency, most people just try to call her the pressure cooker. So,
great.
There you go. Yeah. Fun
solo
game.
mode.
Solo mode.
Solo mode. If you're a solo gamer,
there you go. Solo gamers,
solo
there you
mode.
go. Yeah.
And it's packed up just like that.
And that's that.
Everyone's favorite
Wrap
part of
it
the
up.
stream. We end.
Now, Justin and I do the highbrow or the high concept thing of doing that entire stream in reverse.
I'll upload the YouTube video like that. Pretty great. And YouTube viewers are like, I'm deleting this channel, unsubscribed.
We turned it into Twin Peaks, where it's just us talking in reverse, telling you that
figure it out.
This board game will come back in style.
We had to go back in time and make us not lose the game.
Yeah, that gum that you like will come back into style. So
thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, appreciate it.
That's the loop.
Wednesday. Card game necromancy with light seekers.
Very cool. We don't know anything about this game really.
Yeah,
it probably
we know it's dead.
These are intro decks, so
we know it's dead.
We know it's dead. We know it lasted like 1 second.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Card game necromancy light seekers. Because we're doing the 1-2 punch of light seekers into Warhammer Age of Sigmar Champions. So this game was the predecessor, and then Champions came afterwards. So
you have so much of it. Oh, okay.
This is probably one of the newest games. It and Warhammer are going to be some of the newest games that we've done for card game.
Yeah, Warhammer especially, right?
This was a 2018 game, I think.
Was it Warhammer 2019?
I think so.
No way.
It says 2016 on it.
Okay, so, Warhammer was like 2017, I feel like. Or 2018. It was 2018 because it was before Keyforge. I know Keyforge was not out yet when I played Warhammer. I know that for a fact. Because otherwise, I was
because I was close to pulling the trigger on Warhammer.
Lightseekers is living on Switch. Interesting.
Yeah, is it like still lot? Are they releasing stuff for it? But the physical game is dead. Is that the case? When I looked, it looked like there was no physical product for the game. So
Necromancy on Sundays as well. If we're resurrecting,
technically
Keyforge decks from the past. Paper game's dead, but it's still in digital and very interesting. Cool.
That's neat. I'm glad because it doesn't look to be a terrible game at all, right?
So yep.
Yeah, how are you supposed to like keep up with that?
Yep.
So
there's no way.
All right.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you Wednesday.
Goodbye.
Bye.